I just saw the Dead Rising Deluxe remaster. Is that like two games in one or just one game?
It's one game. It's like they pretty much. I don't know if it's in the Resident Evil engine, but it's got a complete graphic overhaul and some gameplay enhancements. Some very good gameplay enhancements. Like, you can wait and speed up time now.
Oh, that's good then.
But it plays like exactly like that Dead Rising one. It's so happy.
Is it different compared to the original? Did they do any changes to this, or is this the same thing?
The colors here? I don't know.
Okay. The intros actually changed.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's a remix.
Oh yeah, they did all the music in this game, I think.
Yeah, they remixed a lot of the songs, although they do give you the option to change it to the original.
It reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles because when they did do the remix to that remaster, I prefer the original.
Oh, trust me, Blue. Like, I prefer the original soundtrack in colors than what they put here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice that they finally dropped the Wisp after Frontiers.
Like, yep, bye bye, Wisp, no more.
Oh, I thought they would probably explain the Wisp in Frontiers.
Nah.
This is going to be a very interesting playthrough because I have not played this game since it first released.
Almost
I think
like
this
back
is like
in.
one of the easiest Sonic games I've ever played.
Yeah, I would say the
Remix
second
music,
easiest.
ultimate music. What's the difference between original, remixed, and ultimate?
Probably Ultimate is like the mix of original mix.
Yeah,
Best
I would.
do it.
Yeah, the ultimate is actually like combining both the remix and original tracks.
Might have some like Jet Set Radio mix into that, whereby you hear a bit of the original and then the remix.
No, I think it's more they just keep switching between.
Oh, I see.
Oh, they got a sound test in here. Neat. Boy, this menu is clunky. How to unlock. Click red star rings, unlock levels in game. That might be done off screen.
It's really like a guide for dummies here. It's like, oh yeah, if you didn't know, Supersonic's in this game.
If you didn't
Sonic
know.
movie. Fireworks. His quills glow with that one too.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I thought about this, I thought that Sonic Colors was just licensed by Nintendo at the time. When they did make these games, because they had a contract, right, with Nintendo.
Yeah,
to make
this was one of
Sonic
them.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that this would actually be on Microsoft or PlayStation consoles years into the future.
Yeah, like the licensing ended, so it's pretty much for anyone to have it.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Poyo,
glad,
poyo.
'cause I think it did deserve to be on other consoles and
Yeah.
PC.
Ooh, Skies of Arcadia. Hello. That'll be a game to do in the future. Shining Force, Rent a Hero, Clock Knight Works, Shenmue, Crazy Taxi, Jet Set. Oh, they actually went with the American name. Weird.
Grind Radio.
Yeah, I prefer Jet Set Radio.
Panzer Dragoon, Orta, Rez, Ooh La La, Ralph, Nay, Reese, Mew. No Fantasy Star 1 characters, huh? Only 2, 3, and 4. They got Rika, though. Hell yeah. Yeah, Baby Sonic, let's go. Anyway, that's enough of
One
that
time
crap.
we
Let's start
see-
this.
What is
shall
that?
we?
What the baby Sonic whereby it's raised by the birds? Is that?
Yeah,
that
they
one
raised by
scene?
the owl.
Yeah.
Hello, Sonic. Do you read me? Hello, Sonic. Do you read me?
Straight into it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always been straight into it.
Are you recording, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
B
Okay.
buttons being
Cool.
what the fuck?
I didn't even know it was recording here.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, just making
Yeah,
sure
I
here.
was like waiting for the intro.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, me too.
screwed the intro. The intro was talking about Dead Rising.
So tropical resort. One of
No.
the easiest levels.
Yeah.
Why is Boost beeping?
You were gonna say something, Blue?
Yeah, I was just gonna pretty much say, yeah, first level. You know, we just finished up with Sonic Unleashed as well, and you can see a huge difference of the way how the intros went with both the games. Sonic Colors tried to originate with the classic Sonic games, with how it went straight to the stage. Sonic Unleashed
change
was
these
more of
controls
like
real
the
quick.
traditional 3D Sonic games of going with a cutscene. So that
Yeah,
kind of left
here-
with an impression.
It did. A very big one that probably, well, not probably, actually, like, defined the game. Versus here, like, yep, just straight into Tropical Resort.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if that even happened
Hello,
on
Sonic.
the original Wii version.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
It did? Okay.
Because
There's no explanation why you're here. You're just here.
You just hear, yeah.
yeah, you know, it was trying to tackle all the problems that had with Unleashed at the time, because, you know, despite that people say that, you know, Unleashed is a great game, critics bashed it down. They were just talking about HD version, whereby, you know, Warehog was a thing, Control, was Control an issue with Unleashed? I don't know. I think it was mainly Warehog and just progression. Bit of interest in Sonic Moon Metal, which again, that's the thing that was altered into this game. You don't have to worry about anything about Sonic Moon Metals. Like, you get these red rings, but that does not even play any part at all with this game of progression.
Yeah.
This is the origin of the Red Rings too.
Yeah.
Yes, yep, that is true. This is where it all started. All they do really is give you access to those other stages, like your simulator.
Yeah. So, you know, despite that, the rewards, I don't know, what would you guys say? Would you guys say the rewards in Unleashed was better? Because, you know, you had the whole chili dogs, right? Whereby you can buy some souvenirs and whatnot, or would you prefer the rewards in Sonic Colors of the simulation stuff?
I prefer it here, if you're asking me. I don't know if you feel the same, Jim.
I mean, the rewards for this is at least Supersonic.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. It's like you get Supersonic versus souvenirs in Unleashed. I would say Supersonic. How about you, Lou?
I'm trying to just think about how the rewards was in Sonic Unleashed. Like, was there anything special, those souvenirs to grab? Like, do you get any extra rewards with the souvenirs whereby you learn more about the NPCs and whatnot? I'm just kind of having a blank mind from it. Because, yeah, when we did the Let's Play, we didn't tackle too much into those. I mean, we did talk to the NPCs, but they were separate from the souvenirs collecting around to the Sun and Moon, I guess. The Sun and Moon was this really main story progression. And in this game, you know what? Both playthroughs I played this game was this only main story. I never really tackled any of the simulations, so I never did it. The rewards here.
Oh,
Red Rings.
okay.
But you
Well,
never got
you-
Supersonic.
Yeah, I never got
Yeah.
Supersonic because apparently they just don't want a Supersonic boss to finish off. Because if it did lead me to a bad ending, then I probably would have jumped back and went with Supersonic, but it was just like, hey, you finished the game anyway with no more Sonic, so what's even the point of getting Supersonic? That's how I felt in my opinion around to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you one thing I don't like about this game is that rings do not power up your boost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're relying on the wisp.
That is a stupid decision.
Yeah, that's one thing as well. I don't think it was a complaint on Unleashed that, oh yeah, you can boost all the way and stuff. That was never a problem at all in terms of reviews. But I guess in this game, they were just like, hey, we're gonna let you earn the boost by just collecting the wisp now. So you either have a choice of using the wisp, or you just use it for boost purposes instead.
Oh yeah, there was a red ring there.
So honestly though, it's like boost is really used to earn top speed in Sonic games, right? So in Sonic Colors, you don't really get it all the time.
Wow, that is some pixelation. They didn't upscale the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the cutscenes, they were just rendered at 4080p. Nothing was changed there. As for the boosting part you mentioned, Blue, just refresh me what you said.
So basically I'm trying to say that with Unleashed, or in any Sonic game, you can easily achieve top speed with whatever you're given with, or what you have to do. In Colors, your top speed is only margined by collecting wisps around the area, and you can't always achieve top speed in every part of the stage, because your boost is going to run out very fast.
I agree with that, yeah. Especially even in this stage, Tropical Resort, like, you couldn't just boost all the way through the entire stage, because it wouldn't be available to you right off the bat.
Now they're showing the intro cutscene.
Yeah, so the cutscenes come up here. You can see the differences between Unleashed and Colors cutscene here, whereby Unleashed was more, I would say, hectic, crazy going, with, you know, supersonic and everything. This one is building up into something here.
And once again, we're going back into space. That's probably the one similarity.
Yeah. So yeah, they wanted something similar to build on from it, because they've had ideas from Unleashed and they're just going to use this instead. So yeah, instead of pushing yourself out of space as a werehog, you're going to be staying in space for the rest of the game.
Yep. Which is funny because when you look at Tropical Resort, like, you don't really get the feeling that you are in space unless you look outside of it.
Yeah.
But compared to Unleashed, clearly it's way more comedy focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Q-Bot and Orbot right there.
I believe it was like different writers at the time when Colors came out, so they wanted to do something new and decided to, hey, you know what, maybe people actually might like this whole comedy stick. Which at the time, yes, a lot of people loved the whole comedy stick, I remember.
I
you
think
know, yeah.
My Mario
Oh,
levels.
you
Let's
go. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, the funny thing, because you know, it was such a highly popular game at the time when this got released there, for the story and the comedy. It was like, you know, people legit saying like this should be the way to go for stories and the way how Sonic games should be. It's like, you know, once Colors came in, people was like, you know, Colors 2, Colors 3, Colors 4, Colors Remaster, like everyone was just hyped about this game.
Oh damn. Actually, to add on to that, yeah, because I think weren't there some fans that were complaining that past Sonic games were just too serious?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, people was complaining it's too serious. Monster of the Week, that used to be a common term. Too much of these other characters stealing Sonic's spotlight. We don't want so much shit, and then that's why they responded whereby no Sonic. No other characters to be played as. Just Sonic and Tails. Eggman as the final villain in this game that you see here, and it's just all about Sonic mainly throughout the gameplay. And also, yeah, different storyline as well, whereby story is less focused. Like, you know, you can play this game without really knowing what the hell is going on in the story, because it's trying to focus mainly on the gameplay.
Yeah, I feel... You see, I can understand decision to just focus on Sonic, but just taking out the other characters out of the picture to me was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they didn't need to be played within the story, but you know, it should have kept the multiplayer. And I know this game has multiplayer, it's co-op, but when I say multiplayer, I mean, you know, versus. You know, like have other characters to race against.
Yeah.
I think they should have stood with that decision.
Yeah. Last time when multiplayer was a thing for Sonic games was Sonic 06.
Yep.
So it's not even that far off as well from this game being released. But then again, it's different teams in mind. So like, you know, the Sonic 06 team's long gone from Sonic Team right now, the main guys. Because, you know, Yuji Naka used to be a part of it. Now it's just this new team that is built with Sonic Team here. And they didn't really have an idea just for multiplayer or any other ideas. It was just like, hey, let's just focus on, you know, making Sonic good into people's eyes and then build up from there. Because, you know, after Sonic Colors, they had the whole Sonic and Friends and Sonic Generations, and then the characters were still there, but just not gameplay-wise.
Yeah. You see, it's one thing when a company listens to the fans, but it can be good, but I feel like there's a double-edged sword to it, because you're taking out one aspect that was, you know, included in the past games, which is, you know, more characters, multiplayer, and perhaps a better written story.
Yeah. Because what I feel as though what was happening was like a burnout from longtime Sonic fans. So people that loved the original Sonic games, they knew that Sonic was turning into something else. And then there was new Sonic fans around the time of the 2000s that loved that type of Sonic. And it was kind of like a reoccurring thing whereby you're always going to upset a certain fan from that part of timelines. Because yeah, the classics were upset with the early 3D Sonic games, the adventure fans are upset with these new timeline games, and it kept on going on until, you know, recently with Frontiers, whereby everyone's now come together because of the movie.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I feel that the movies definitely played a huge factor in how the games were doing with in terms of sales.
Yeah.
Notice how like so much slower this game is compared to Unleashed.
Yeah. You're gonna be like, you know, Act 1, you're gonna have a lot of 3D into it, so that's your speed factor, yeah? And then when you go to Act 2 to 4, you're gonna be a lot in these 2D sections whereby it's a lot of platforming. You get to test around the whips and stuff, and that's it. Yeah, it definitely does slow it down quite a notch there compared to Unleashed. Speed stages, day stages, I mean.
And then a whole lot of 2D sections like this. Alright.
But you do get very fast levels though. Like normal Werehog levels whereby average is about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. It's just usually 1 minute, 2 minutes to complete this, give or take, and that's it.
Yeah. That's why this game is actually pretty quick to complete.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think it took like 4 hours for you to complete Blue. About.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 hours. I made a couple mistakes, so it could have easily been like another hour cut off to be 3 hours. But yeah, it did take me around that.
4 hours of gameplay. Well, of just going through the story.
Yeah, just story purposes really, because I wasn't trying to look for the red rings or anything.
Yeah. Now, would you guys say this game has a lot of replay value?
No.
I did not go back to this game, unfortunately.
I haven't played it in 14 years.
Okay, I see.
Honestly, it has to be resonating with you to go back to it. Like, if you like this style of gameplay, yeah, you could have some replay value. I can see why the red rings came into it. But because I come from a different timeline with Sonic, and I never really saw the gameplay as an issue with the 3D Sonic games or 2D even per se. It was very hard for me to go back, and it's been very hard for me to go back to any Sonic game with these type of gameplay styles. So really, it has to be like if you're kind of like a new type of Sonic fan that just started out in Sonic Unleashed time, you're gonna probably love this for terms of replay value to keep playing as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're coming in fresh with Sonic, but as a longtime fan, yeah, like I feel that I would probably be playing more so like the adventure games more than this.
Yeah.
Although I have to admit, I did come back to this game a lot more so for speedrunning,
Yeah.
just for the thrill of it. But other than that, I wouldn't just come back to it like just for the sake of exploring things.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel as though like with speedrunning in a sense, I feel like every sort of game has potential to keep going back into it. So you're trying to, get a fast time, and it's a lot of challenge as well to. So yeah, definitely makes sense when it comes to speedrunning purposes.
Hmm.
Oh, thanks for that camera.
I think it would be fair to say that both of you guys would revisit the adventure titles more so than the modern titles.
Yeah, I know I would.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling a bit of Sonic, I definitely boot up Sonic Adventure 1 or 2. Depends really. I probably do replay more Sonic Adventure 1 than 2 because I prefer the Sonic stages more in that game compared to Sonic Adventure 2. But at the same time, yeah, it's one of those two in particular that I would definitely be replaying more so in the Sonic series than other games.
Yeah, I can understand that. But now, if we had to stay, like, we're just focusing on the modern Sonic game, which of the modern Sonic games would you guys be playing the most?
In terms of modern Sonic games,
Unleash.
Alright, so Jim says Unleashed.
very hard to say actually. Very hard to say if I was put in that position there.
Okay.
Like if I already got Unleashed completed and all I'm just doing is playing day stages, then yeah, I think I would probably go for Unleashed as well.
You know, this might be a bit of a... I somewhat have a guilty pleasure for Forces and playing those stages.
So is there a reason for playing those stages for guilty pleasure there?
Yeah, it's because they're so
Some of
quick
the Avatar
and
levels are fun.
the Avatar levels are fun. And actually, something about the Avatar levels, I love the music there.
So is the Avatar levels you always have to have the flamethrower, or can you actually change your weapon? of
Oh yeah,
choice?
you can change it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
Okay.
all based on Wisp.
Yeah, because I was just making sure because I remember like every time when there was gameplay videos for it, it was always like the flamethrower, and even when I played Forces as well, I just went for the flamethrower. I guess that was like a default weapon, but you can just customize it yourself to change next time.
Yeah, you can change it, and yeah, the flamethrower is how you start off as.
Yeah.
I like using the lightning whip.
Oh yeah, lightning wisp, which we don't see in this game, unfortunately. There's a lot of new wisp that they put in Forces that we don't see here.
Right.
Oh, actually, speaking of wisp, there is one change from the Wii version to the Ultimate version. So, the Ghost Wisp, which we did see Jim use earlier, that's not in the original colors. So the Ghost Wisps, I believe they were introduced in one of the Sonic racing games at first, and what Sega decided to do was just include it in this game so you can access different locations.
Yeah.
And these locations could even contain, the red rings, which I
Did they
believe
bring in the DS Wisp too?
the DS Wisp, no. The DS Wisp I remember, I've only played it like a few times, but there's like that Fire Wisp. They put that in Forces.
No, I want you to get me a cheeseburger and a
Or
shake.
Burst, I think it was called. Burst Wisp.
Cheeseburgers don't run as fast as them little alien varmints. Idiot, get me more aliens. Y'all want fries with that?
Also, I felt these robots were evolved robots from Unleashed. Like, Unleashed ones were kind of prototype, but now they've actually given them like actual more scripts to be talking to. Because I think the one in Unleashed was always repeating words all the time.
Yeah, it was like a prototype of Orbot, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Sonic!
Who you calling nothing?
He means since the boss said nothing will stop me, and Sonic
This
here
writing
says
is
he's nothing,
atrocious, man.
it's like the
Holy
boss was
crap.
calling Sonic nothing.
Great. I thought nobody would get that.
You're so smart, robot. You take care of this mess.
And this is the first time we
Release the
hear
big boy. At
of
least I know he
the
won't
new
screw it
voice
up.
actor for Sonic as
Hasta
well,
la bye-bye.
along with other characters.
Yep.
Who's still
Got the introduction of Roger Craig Smith, who replaces Jason Griffith.
Guess it's
Yeah.
time for me to start stopping.
I get it.
Oh yeah, there was the Sonic 06 Eggman theme again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in Unleashed, how they just pretty much carried that theme from 06 into Unleashed Colors, and I think Colors was the last game to use that theme.
The weak point is its face, there in the middle. Use the platforms to get closer.
Like if they're gonna have all this platforming stuff, why did they make it a boosting game?
I feel like they were catering to some of the classic Sonic fans at the same time.
Yeah. And also, I don't think they really wanted to make a fully boost game as well anyway. It was just more focused on the Wisp. It's like, hey, get to see what Wisp you have in this stage.
Yeah, that was the gimmick.
Yeah. I remember when people used to compare the Wisps to the items you get in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's like, this Wisp can kind of feel like you're in a flame ring or you have lightning rings. I was like, not really. No.
Not really. Yeah, you're limited to how long you can use it here in Colors.
Yeah. Like, the Wisp doesn't even give you any protection, like those ones did in Sonic 3 Knuckles.
Oh, there you are. Where'd you
I did a little shopping, grabbed
Like,
a bite to eat,
they
and trashed the
do,
giant
but
killer
yeah,
robot.
again, it's on a limited time.
in here too?
Oh.
Place has everything.
Well, it depends how you use it. Like, for example, the Spike Wisp, if you don't spin dash with it, then yeah, you're gonna get hurt by enemies.
Yeah, like your rings will go out, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll go out
Yeah,
unless you spin dash with it. But the Purple Wisp, the one that just starts chewing on blocks, like no matter what, you'll be fine as long as
Oh,
you're
yeah,
moving
yeah, yeah.
forward. Yeah.
And he's from a faraway soda, and where flowers water them with dance.
I think it's called a Frenzy.
I think your machine still has some bugs.
One thing I just now realized, I'm just looking at these cutscenes, well, particularly the Wisp itself. It reminds me of Meteos Wars. So it's like a puzzle game, and you have like a lot of different aliens
Wisps.
for their planets. And even so, like other games like, what's it called? The PS2 Tetris game? Tetris Worlds, they also had aliens like this for their planets. So I guess like this idea
Huh.
was already done in different games beforehand.
Just here, save them over. and
Having cute aliens.
Yeah, stuff like this, yeah, whereby,
Yeah.
they don't really say much, they have hands, or armed, you can say, and yeah, they just act like this.
Maybe save some aliens.
Okay.
The boss man said to wrangle every piece of this mess. When you consider what we're doing from a robot's point of view, it's actually pretty gruesome.
Don't think about it.
So yeah, as I said, like, you know, cutscenes like this, you can pretty much ignore all of this and you'll be fine just to go with the game.
Have you got an arm?
No, but really,
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the cutscenes in this game, like, yeah, you don't even have to watch them. All you need to know is that Eggman just wants to harness the energy of the Wisp, and then
Yeah.
Sonic needs to stop him.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
simple as that.
yeah. Because right now it feels like you're watching a cartoon of Sonic here.
Yeah. Only on 4Kids TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next stop, the tropical resort. There you'll find breathtaking views
Alright.
from our giant
I'm gonna have to stop this here, cut it a little short because computer issues again.
Alright.
Next stop, the tropical resort.
Yeah, so like one is done and then you can just pretty much just oh, it's already broken, so we got that second one as well.